Happy St. Patrick's Day! Hey guys, so I want to bring you a special video today because we are in the midst of the coronavirus, and it's so important to stay in tune with your mental state and the mental state of your families. So in this video, I'm going to bring you some tips for managing your anxieties through these uncertain times and unknowns. And we're all experiencing this together worldwide. You know, this global pandemic has become part of our daily lives now. So I want to make sure that we're staying in tune with our mental wellness. And also, I have brought a special guest with me on this video, my daughter,
Jasmine Johnson. And especially, it's my mom's birthday. So go down in the comments and comment down happy birthday to my mom.
Aw, thank you, Jazzy. All right, so she's gonna also bring you some kid-friendly, useful tips for during this time as well. So stay tuned.
Yep, sure am.
Hi guys, it's Reginareneewilliams here, and welcome back to my channel where I share the best insights and advice on mental health and mindset and help you maintain your mental wellness and positivity in both your personal life and career. Now, if that sounds good to you,
make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified when Mommy uploads a new video every Tuesday.
So it is obvious that this is a stressful time for all of us, and the uncertainties and unknowns of disease can be overwhelming for both adults and children and bring on emotions of fear and anxiety. And because everyone reacts to stressful situations differently, it's important to take care of your mental health and mindset. So let's get into how to utilize coping mechanisms to help us through this time where we are dealing with something that we haven't really dealt with before. And within our families and communities, we need to be able to navigate through that well. All right, so let's get into it. So one of the first things that comes to mind is you want to take breaks from reading, watching, or listening to the news, including social media. Because, you know, getting information or repeatedly hearing about the pandemic can also be upsetting as well. So you want to take this time to spend, you know, a few hours with the family and watching a movie, a good family movie, or even this is the perfect time to binge watch a TV show on Netflix. But whatever you can do to, you know, distract yourself from receiving that negative information on a continuous basis is best for your family. All right, so the next thing is please take care of your body. You know, take deep breaths, stretch, you know, try and exercise regularly, even meditate if you can during this time. You know, we really want to make sure that we're getting enough sleep, and you want to try to avoid drugs and alcohol during this time because those substances tend to, you know, heighten your anxiety levels, believe it or not. As much as people think it calms them, it could also heighten those senses as well. And now, don't get me wrong, I know that during this time you're going to be spending a lot more time with, you know, your children and relatives that may be in the home that usually wouldn't be because they'd be at work or at school or what have you. And so I know a glass of wine sounds really good right now, and I'm not telling anybody not to have that, but all I'm saying is to, you know, minimize it, because at this time you really just need to have a clear mind to be able to manage, you know, your stress levels and keep them at bay. So do what you can to, you know, take care of yourself and, you know, your loved ones that you're providing care to right now. And just make sure everybody is all around, you know, just well balanced. Because the less stressed and the less we have to worry about during this time, the better. All right, so the next thing is you want to take this time to unwind as well. Do fun activities around the house or with the family that you enjoy, whether it be, you know, like playing board games or maybe focusing on one room in the house and get in Marie Kondo mode and just start organizing things. And, that always adds to mind clarity as well when you can rid yourself of clutter or anything that's unorganized. So that'd be a good activity, especially for the kids. They like to help and assist where they can. So I would urge you to find fun activities and get creative with what you can do within the home during this time as well. All right, so one last thing I wanted to mention was to be sure to stay connected with your loved ones and friends. It's important to have someone you can talk to or share how you're feeling with, that you can trust and who you are close to. So there are so many ways to do this, especially since the guidance is to practice social distancing. So we want to kind of stay in our own households and be able to make that connection. Otherwise, there are so many options these days to be able to connect with our loved ones, through video, whether it be Skyping, Zooming, FaceTiming, or even just sending a nice thoughtful text on a family chat or to someone even who may be at home alone, actually, because this country anyway suffers from loneliness. Is one of the biggest things that we suffer from in this country. And during a time like this, it's so important to connect with those who maybe are only, have themselves and no family around. So that's something to think about as well if you have friends that fall into that category or family. But yeah, you could just even snap photos of what your family is doing and partaking in during this time and post it to social media, share it on your personal Facebook pages and Instagram pages, and, try to spread that love throughout the community and share ideas about how people can stay busy within their homes. So that's a good way to, stay connected with your family, friends, and your social community as well. All right, it's time for a pulse check. So how are you guys doing out there? I hope that some of these ways are really resonating with you and you find that you can put them to good use. So please get in those comments below and let me know if you plan to use any of these tips, and share with me what you're doing in your households currently to, get through this time and, kind of navigate through all of this. I'd really love to hear from you on that. All right, guys, so now I'm going to turn it over to my special guest, Jasmine.
Hi there, my name is Jasmine Johnson, and I'm here to tell you how to not be scared about the coronavirus and also how to be safe. Tip number 1, wash your hands. Wash your hands before eating dinner, also after eating dinner, and after playing with something messy. Tip number 2, if you're sick, stay at home and also keep your germs to yourself. Tip number 3, cover your mouth when coughing. Cover your mouth with your arm, or cough or sneeze with a tissue. Now it's time to learn about not being scared about the coronavirus. Tip number 1, remember that you have your parents to take care of you. Talk to them about how you're feeling about the coronavirus so they can make you feel better. Tip number 2, find something fun to do. Play with your tablet. Play with your what?
Toys.
Tip number 2, find something fun to do. Play with your tablet. Play with your toys. Read. Tip number 3, be prepared. Have tissues by your side. Tip number 3, be prepared. Have tissues by your side. Make sure your tablet is charged at all times.
All right, Jasmine. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode and sharing your thoughts and providing those useful tips to all the kids out there and their families.
You're welcome. I'm always willing to help you and other kids.
All right. Thank you, baby. So we'll talk to you later.
Bye. I'll be at the end of the video with the outro.
What? All right. So thank you so much, Jasmine, for taking the time out of your little busy day to provide those useful tips and to share your thoughts with us.
You're welcome. I'm always willing to help you and other kids.
All right, baby.
And also, I'll be here at the end of the video.
That's right. All right, guys. So I just wanted to piggyback a little bit off of what Jasmine was talking about and offer, a parent's perspective, because children and teens react differently than we do as adults in stressful situations. And, they really feed off of our energy and how we react and respond to things. So it's so important for us to deal with things at this time very calmly and confidently. I think that's the best way we can support, our children and our families. And we want to be, reassuring and supportive when they have questions or concerns or seem to be, a little upset by the situation and how things are changing and how we have to kind of adapt. So I wanted to share those things with you. And the best thing to do is to set a good foundation that establishes, a sense of security, a secure environment for our families and our children. All right, so something else to keep in mind is that not all children and teens respond to stressful situations in the same way. So some identifying, factors to kind of look for are, behavioral changes. Are they acting out more than they usually do? Are they avoiding activities that they usually find enjoyable? Is there any excessive sadness or worry about the situation that they're expressing? And the best way you can support them is to take time to talk to your child, share the facts, share about what you do to kind of cope with how you're feeling and let them know that it's going to be okay and that they are not alone. And also another important step to take within your household is, since the kids are going to be out of school and not maybe really being able to be involved in their normal course of activities as a result of the social distancing guidance that's come down from the government, you want to create new schedules for them, to accommodate this new normal that we're in and help them adapt to that because, children need structure and regardless of what they may say, they want it as well. So we want to give that to them and provide that kind of support because that's what's going to be essential in bringing us through, this time because it will get better eventually. We just have to roll with the punches right now and adjust accordingly. All right, friends. So our time for this week has come to an end. So don't forget to check me out on Instagram at reginareneewilliams, where I post a few microblogs throughout the week on mental health and mindset. And I'll also, be posting additional inspirational content in light of what we're going through right now, to keep your spirits up and that mindset intact. The link is in the description below. And while you're down there, check out my freebies on mental health breakdown and mental health mindfulness, and a few other resources that I thought I would share to support your mental wellness and to help you manage any anxieties you might be feeling at this time. All right, guys, so be sure to check out my playlist on mental health awareness and my most recent video on the law of attraction. And don't forget to
like the video if you like it, subscribe, hit that bell button to be notified when Mommy uploads a new video every Tuesday.
All right, then. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.